For this piano tutorial, we'll be learning the song Surrounded or Fight My Battles in the key of B flat major. And I received this song through the comment section in one of my previous videos. So if you have any song requests, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section, okay? Now, this song is pretty easy to play. It has very simple chords, very easy to learn, and it's only like 2 verses long, the whole song. It basically repeats over and over again. And the good thing about this is that it gives us the freedom to learn different passing chords or different substitutions, or we can even substitute a whole progression for something else, okay? So this first verse of the song uses a concept known as pedal point, which is basically when we maintain our left hand static or the bass note as a static note. Basically, we're not changing this note. The only thing that we will be changing is our right hand. So this first verse goes from the 1 to the 4, okay? So it goes, this is how I fight my battles. And this is the voicing I'm using. Then to the 4, this is how I fight my battle. And I'm just arpeggiating the chords that I'm playing, only to give it sort of a dynamic type of feel to the chords, right? And I'm also going to show you a slight variation to this same progression, okay? So this is how I fight my battle. This is how I fight my battles. Okay, so now instead of playing the same progression, I'm going to make a slight variation to the 4 chord. Instead of playing a 4 major chord, let's make it a minor 6 chord, okay? And it's going to sound like this. And I feel like this chord has a good resolution once we go back to the 1 chord. It sort of gives that resolution type of feel, right? Right? So like tension and then resolution, okay? So this is how I fight my battle. This is how I fight my battles. Now let's change up the left hand. Instead of remaining static on a B flat, let's try to go up the major scale. So from B flat to C to D and then to E flat on the left hand, okay? And even up to the 5, okay? So let's try it out. So it goes, this is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. We can go back to the 2. This is how I fight my battles. Okay, so that's that first verse of the song. Very easy to learn, and I hope you can apply this to other songs as well. Now, let's move on to the second verse. And the basic chords for the second verse are 3 or a 1 over 3, then a 4, then 5, and then a 6 minor, okay? So it goes, it may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. And that's basically the whole verse, okay? And that just repeats again. Now, what I'm going to share is various different substitutions to the chords or different extensions that I use within the same chords. For example, for this 3 chord, I like to play it very open. Instead of playing a B flat over D, I play sort of a F sus4 over D, B flat, and D, okay? So, it may look like I'm and then for this 4, I try to fill it up even more. So instead of playing just an open E flat, I'm going to play this voicing to E flat, okay? E flat major 9 13, okay? It may look like I'm surrounded, surrounded, but then F major add 2, and then we play a G minor 9/11. Okay, sorry about that. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. We can even use different melodic lines as passing notes. Right? That's very simple to do. I just go down the major scale, and then I include a grace note. So I do, or a trill if you want to call it that. And then I fill out the rest of the chord, go back to the 4, 5, 6, right? So those are the basic chords to this verse of the song. But let's make some substitutions. Instead of playing a 5, let's play a passing chord to the 6. And a good passing chord that I always tend to use is a diminished chord right before the 6. So if 6 is a G, I go a half step down and I form a passing chord. And remember that I form a diminished chord. And remember that a diminished chord is basically a chord separated by 3 notes. So, and we can spread it out. We can take this A off and spread it out over here and play something like this. It's basically the same thing throughout the piano, so we have that freedom to build this chord however we want to build it, okay? In this case, I use it like this. So, it may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. It may look like I'm surrounded. Okay, now let's include one more passing chord. Instead of playing, let's see, from the 1 to the 4, from the 6 to the 3, which is where the verse begins, let's use a passing chord. So something like this. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. So we're on the 3, we go to the 1, and then the 4, okay? So we can do something like that. 3, 1, 4. Let's see if I figure out that voicing. Yeah, this is the one. This is the voicing that I want to find. Sorry about that. It's a B flat 9 13, okay? So it may look like I'm surrounded, and we land on the E flat 6 9. I'm surrounded by. Alright, so I'm going to play throughout the whole song without any interruptions so you get a better idea of how it sounds, okay?